Welcome to today's episode of the Forecast in 5. I'm your host, Seth Katz. Joining us today is Brandi Britton. Brandi is Executive Director of the Contract Finance and Accounting Practice at Robert Half. Throughout Brandi's more than 20 years in the talent solutions industry, she has served as an authority on career and hiring trends at the national and regional levels. In her current role, Brandi leads brand positioning and works with leadership teams across 5 continents to develop growth strategies and operating processes. Since joining Robert Half, Brandi has held several leadership positions with the company, most recently serving as District President for Professional Talent Solutions in Southern California. Welcome, Brandi, and appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Seth. It's good to be here.
Let's get started with some questions. Brandi, can you explain what serving as the Executive Director of Robert Half's Contract Finance and Accounting Practice entails, and some of the ways you collaborate with your colleagues and clients?
Yeah. So serving as the executive director for our contract finance and accounting practice group entails providing the strategic direction for our global teams to pursue business with our clients and help serve our candidates. Candidates being individuals who are looking for work in accounting and finance. Some of the ways that I collaborate with colleagues is by working with different geographies within the US or internationally on the types of things that they can do to help service their community, from helping clients, staff positions, to helping individuals look for roles. Then, secondly, on how I work with clients is really learning from them about what it is that they're looking for in a staffing talent solutions provider, and then helping them meet their objectives in hiring to help their businesses flourish.
Excellent. So, Robert Half is recognized as the world's first and largest specialized client solutions and business consulting firm. What would you say are the most essential things that hiring managers should consider as they source talent for roles they hope to fill and finding candidates who would be the right fit?
Oh, this is an important question, because the number one thing that we see companies do that hire successfully the best available talent is they move the process really quickly. So they start the interview process, they communicate regularly with candidates, and then they make an offer and a decision quickly. So that speed and communication is really important. Number two, certainly if they can offer a competitive compensation package, that's very important. Now, not all companies are created equal, so they can't do that. So what are the things that they can offer employees? So is that a remote work environment? Is that a hybrid work environment? What perks can they offer, maybe that don't cost anything? Those are some things that we recommend companies do when they're trying to attract and retain, frankly, the best talent.
Very good. Brandi, you've spent the majority of your professional career at Robert Half and now lead one of the company's most important divisions. Are there any pointers that you could share with those who are focused on advancing into executive leadership roles?
Certainly. Number one is be a good student, be willing to network with individuals who you don't normally work with. And when projects and opportunities come up, volunteer for them, and don't worry about how late you're working. What the good stuff will come by just working hard and volunteering and making sure your presence is known.
Excellent points. With the shortage of talent in the finance and accounting sector, it's leading executives to change the overall way they manage their organizations. Technology will certainly play an important role, especially with the evolution of AI, automation, cybersecurity, and more. What should CFOs be thinking about as they prepare to respond to all this new innovation we're witnessing today and will continue to see?
Yeah, some of the things that we see and hear that CFOs are doing and can do is being aware, first of all, being aware of what is going on, being a good student to what other companies are doing, networking within your industry or even outside of your industry. But there is a lot of talk about what roles are going to be lost due to AI. And frankly, what we continue to see is it's not a loss of roles, it's an evolution of roles. And so, something that might have been very mundane years ago is now a more strategic type of role than maybe it was previously. So we haven't quite seen where there's a reduction of positions. It's more an adjustment of positions.
Interesting. And that brings us to our final question. Where do you see the future of the outsourced talent industry if we look ahead, say 5 years from now?
Yeah, I think it's going to, well, I'm biased certainly, but I think it's going to continue to grow for a variety of reasons. We certainly saw the workforce change after the pandemic, where people were not as married to their positions as they were in the past. And so what that's done is that's given an appreciation for contract work to more individuals than there were in the past. So as companies are focused on the bottom line, they'll always be focused on the bottom line. Variable talent, such as contractors, is a great way to manage that business. In addition to that, the pool of talent is growing from a contractor standpoint because of different models. Certainly, we have one, our full-time engagement program, but then also the individuals being more interested in changing roles after a couple of months and exploring different industries.
Excellent. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode, Brandi. Thanks again for taking out some time to be with us.
So fun. Thanks for having me.
Great. And thanks to all our viewers for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode of The Forecast in 5.